Hey, in this video, we're going to take a look at Proficonf, an easy way to do video conferencing with, as it says here, up to 250 people. I think the key thing here is the quality of the conference, even on low connections and low speeds. So stay tuned for this one. Hey, this is David with Tech Smart Boss here with another video. Today, I'm going to go over this video conferencing tool called Proficonf. It's a new product, but actually it's been around a while. I've been following it, and I know the founders have been really working hard to come up with the best solution. The key for them is no quality loss. Evidently, it's a really great sort of experience, and that even if you have a low connection, you could do a video conference and an audio conference with people. So what I'm going to do is sign up for a new account, check out their onboarding, and give it a try. I will say, if you look at pricing, they've got a free plan, a couple limits, only 45 minutes, 25 participants, which I think is plenty. And if you look at the pro, you're going to get some things like recording, permanent rooms, which I like, a lot more users, unlimited meeting time, and then they even have a premium offering, which goes into even bigger limits and auto recording. So definitely a couple things to choose. You know, I use Uber Conference. I've used Join Me, Go to Meeting, Big Marker, so I'm very familiar with these tools. I personally I like Uber Conference a lot, but one of the things that you have a limitation a lot is the browsers that are supported. Many of these force you to use Chrome. They're all using WebRTC behind the scenes. Let's take a look at their help documentation. And I briefly looked out here, and if you look at their troubleshooting, they actually give you their support. So it looks like Chrome, Firefox, Opera, Edge, and Yandex browsers only for Windows. So you have to consider who you will be doing these conferences with, and if there are heavy Safari users or if they're heavy Windows users, then you got to make sure that you're going to be supported there. Let's go ahead and go back and sign up. I'm on Firefox. So let's give this a shot and see how this works. I'm going to go ahead and sign up with my TechSmart Boss email and give it a password. Let's see. And accept their terms. Of course, I would always go in and take a deeper look at those, especially when you're using a free plan. You see what they're going to be able to do with your data. All right, so I submitted that, and it does not seem to have taken me anywhere. Let me go ahead and pause this and go check my email to see if it sent me a link or something over there. 1 second. It didn't send me a link, but I clicked the sign in button, and it looks like I am somewhat signed in now. So it's trying to take me over to loading into their app. So let's give this a chance and see what happens once I get loaded in. All right. So I am in. So a little bit of strangeness there. I'm sure they're going to work out the kinks. Could be because I'm on Firefox, and Firefox does all sorts of weird things sometimes. But I am actually in the account. Let me go back to the home page and just show you what I did. I'm going to sign out completely and sign in so you can see that process. So it did actually create me an account, but looks like something with the state transition, it did not take me into their app. So I'm going to just go ahead and log in again. And now you can see I'm back in that original place. All right, so now this appears to be their dashboard. Let's just take a look around. I can change my plan. I can do an instant event, which is one thing they talked about. I can do a scheduled event, which is great. Looks like I could probably upload some files for easy sharing in the event. And let's take a look at the profile. So not a lot here, which is, simplicity is great from that perspective. Let's start an instant event, and what I'm going to try to do is join it on another browser. So this is always a little tricky when you're doing it on the same computer, but we're going to give it a chance. All right, so it's asking me to share my devices. So I'm going to go ahead and allow that, and go give Firefox permissions to do that. That's always the trickiest piece there. There we go. And there I am. Look at that. Go ahead and turn me off. Get a little glance at me there. All right, so I saw a link to share with people. There it is. That was intuitive. Let's go ahead and copy this. Before we actually go and open this up in another browser, let's take a look around the meeting center here. So here I'm going to be able to see my participants. I can see what's on and off, which is nice. I've got a chat facility there, which is nice. What is this icon there? Okay, this is where I can share content. Wonderful. And they support YouTube files, whiteboard, and screen sharing. Very easy to do that. And let's close some of this up now. See what else I got. I got my audio connection going. Let's leave my mic. I can turn on recording, and I've got some configuration things that I can set up. Okay, I like this. I can allow a knock-in request and make this a private meeting if I want. And I can have that knock-in optional. So that is a very nice touch that I like on my tools. You just don't want everybody coming in if you have overlapping meetings or something like that. All right, so I can do some setup there. Let's go ahead and pop into, well, let's share something first. I'm going to share, well, let's just go ahead and have somebody join first. So I'm going to paste this link and let's see what happens on this side from a user experience perspective. So I set that meeting to be private, so I would assume at some point it's going to ask me for a name and to knock to get in. Now, one thing I will say on the Firefox side that I like, there was no extension. I didn't have to download anything loaded into Firefox. It natively used that mic and camera, so that's pretty nice. All right, so it looks like it's loading in here. All right, here we go. Instant meeting. There it is. Log in. Type in your email to enter. All right, so let's try that. I'll put my same TechSmart Boss email in there. Hopefully it doesn't conflict or anything like that. And I could also sign in with social networks. That's an interesting option. I hadn't seen that too many times on these sorts of applications. Let's go ahead and hello. It actually might be thinking it's me. Let's cancel. Let's put in a different email address and see if it detects I'm a visitor. All right, now it tells me I'm a visitor. So, a little bit of logic there to tell that I was an admin or an already a registered user. I'm going to go ahead and just put my name and sign in. So saying login, that's a little confusing for attendees. I would think it would be better to say something like ask permission to enter or knock to enter or something like that. So I've had some users get a little confused when but it's not asking for a password, so that's okay. But sign in, I would say enter or something on that as a change. And now it's asking me to request access. So that actually was some sort of mild registration, even though it didn't ask me for a password. So let's request access. I think that will probably be a step that you could eliminate. And I did see something about on their website you could pre-register guests so they could bypass that. So I think there's some stuff I could have done there. All right, here it is. User is requesting room access. Do you allow it? Let's confirm. And now let's go back over here and see what happened. Join the room. So again, that's another extra step there. After I've accepted the user, I would think that they would load right into there, but they do have that extra button click. All right, so now let's turn off some mics. I've got, there we go. Oh, I'm going to mute myself over here. All right, so now you can hear me and I don't have that echo going on there. So some of the challenges with doing these things on one screen. So a couple steps of friction I would say that they can smooth out in the process there. But now you'll notice that I've got, if I had my webcams on, we would be streaming at this point. Let me go ahead and share something. I'll share a whiteboard session and just put a big, let's do a pencil there and do some scribbling. Let me see if I'm seeing it. Yep, there it is. I'm seeing it on this side. So very easy to kind of set up any sort of audio, video, and of course I can't necessarily tell the strength over low connections because I'm, on the same machine here. But other than a little bit of I think a couple extra steps of getting a user set up, this is pretty nice. Let's take a look at something. If I do the invite by email, yeah, okay, that's there. See, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this meeting. I'm going to do a little something extra here. Let's go ahead and hang up on this meeting. and stop the meeting. Oh, that's interesting. You can keep a meeting going potentially. That's a nice feature if the host had to potentially leave. Let's go see what happened on that side. All right, so that's done. It says thank you. I didn't see where I could potentially put a link to where I wanted them to go. I'm sure that's coming, or maybe that's a premium type of setting. Let's schedule a meeting. I'm going to do this a slightly different way and see what I can do from this perspective. I can make it private, invitation only. I could do the auto start. That's if I'm premium, I believe. That's a premium feature. And let's create. And let's see if there is. Okay, so there's that there. All right, I was just checking to see if there was a way to pre-register users or do anything of that extent. And I'm not seeing it. So I think users will have that experience. I'm sure they're working a lot on this product. They've got a pretty streamlined interface here. It's super easy. I mean, it's not difficult at all. I would just say if they streamline that method for users to enter the meeting, because it seems to be a couple extra clicks, extra signups, extra information that might not be needed. Those are probably some things some people want. Maybe they can add some sections under the profile or under the settings of the meeting where you can turn more of those things off or on as you like. Hey, I would say definitely check this out. They got the free plan you can try with, easy to try, and then easy to upgrade. It looks like just by clicking change plan to get into there. But I like it. I'm going to stay in touch with it and follow it as it goes through the entrepreneurial journey here. So follow it with me. If you like these kind of videos, definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. We release a new video every week. And follow us on Facebook and go out to techsmartboss.com and see all the other things that we're doing as well. Stay tuned for the next video.